This video tutorial is going to show you how to create an image gallery using Lightbox and Dreamweaver. To begin with, you need to create a gallery folder, preferably called gallery, all lowercase. And inside there, and you're going to have to do this in Photoshop or an image editor, create the images that you want to include in your image gallery. Now I'm only going to use 4 images for this demonstration, but you'll notice I've created image 1, thumb, JPEG, and then image 1. So image 1 is actually only about 150 pixels wide. It's about 134 pixels high. So essentially little thumbnails about no bigger than 150 pixels that will be displayed in your page, but when you click on them they'll open to a larger image. And optimally for images on the web, you probably don't want to go much bigger than 700 to 800 pixels in terms of width. In fact, some of my images are about 400 or 500 pixels wide when they open up into the full screen. So create thumbs of your images, small versions, and then the larger versions that are about 800 pixels. And you can see I've got thumb, large image, thumb again of image 3, large image, and thumb of image 4, and then the large image in here. So once you've got that gallery completed and your images ready to go for your gallery and your gallery folder completed, simply drag that gallery folder inside the images folder of your root folder. So this is our web folder that we're using for our course, and I just popped my gallery folder inside my images folder that I have the other images from our previous tutorials. So now that I've got my images in here ready to be loaded in my gallery, I can go ahead and launch Dreamweaver, and I'm going to come to the welcome screen here, and I'm going to create a new document, a new HTML document. Select that, click create, and this time I'm going to save this one. I'm going to go save and save it inside my root folder. You can see here's my index file, but I'm going to save this as gallery.html. Click save. And so now I've got my gallery.html page saved, and the next thing I want to do is attach the style sheet that we've been working with. And to attach a style sheet to this document, to this HTML document, I'm going to click on the CSS Designer panel and choose Sources. And instead of creating a new CSS file, we're going to say Attach Existing. From the Attach Existing CSS file window, we click Browse and locate our root folder and locate our CSS document. So here's our desktop CSS. I'm going to click Open and OK. And you should notice that your page immediately changes background color, provided you have a background color selected for your pages in the style sheet. So mine did. So now I've got a blank page with my background color ready to go here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to once again go to the Insert panel, and from the Insert HTML elements here, I'm going to choose a header. So I'm going to choose header and at insertion point, and this time I'm going to call it gallery header and click OK. And I'm going to immediately style this. So while it's selected, I'm going to click on CSS Designer panel and choose plus for selectors to create a new rule. And you can see it automatically knows I want to style gallery header. So I just hit return. And I'm just going to do what I did with the other divs on the index page. I'm going to go to width pixels, set this to 750 pixels, and then I'm going to go to left margin, click on the pop-up menu here and choose auto, left auto, right auto that we've seen many times. So here I've got a centered div. Just the other thing I'm going to do though for the gallery header is I'm going to center the text in it. So I'm going to go to my text properties, click on that, and go to text align and choose center. And then I'm going to close this for a second and I'm going to type some text in there. I'm just going to replace this text with my gallery. Highlight that and go down to the property inspector, choose heading 1, and it does give me the old heading 1 style, and I want to match my index 1 heading style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my CSS designer and look for header H1. This is the rule that I chose before for header H1. And you remember under the text properties, I had chosen this color, and I want this color to match exactly. So I'm going to click on that and just copy that color. And I know it's Cambria Hoffler is the font family. So now I'm going to go back to gallery header and open up the color window, paste the color in, hit return, font family, choose Cambria Hoffler, and it's now going to match the style of my other index page. Okay, so now I want to add my menu back in. So I'm going to go to Insert again and choose Navigation. This time I'm going to choose to insert after the tag header. So I want to insert this after the header ID gallery header. And I'm going to make this main menu. And you should remember that we actually already have a main menu div created, a navigation div created. So when we click OK and add that, notice that we don't have to set this to 750 pixels and left auto, right auto, because it already remembers that that's what this div is. So it automatically styles the div once we re-enter it in this page. However, we do have to go back and get the actual menu items and put them in here. So I'm just going to close this for a minute. Actually, I'm going to open up the Files panel. I'm going to double click on the index.html page to open it back up. So here's my index page. Just going to highlight, copy the actual menu itself. So I select the menu items, copy it, click on the gallery.html tag, go in here, and paste. And so there it is, and it maintains the same rules because it's the same div. Now the only other thing I want to do here is I want to actually add a different element. I'm going to hit return while I'm still in the main menu div, and I'm going to insert a horizontal rule. So right down at the bottom of the HTML elements list is a horizontal rule. I'm going to click that, select it, close that, and so now I've got a horizontal rule in here. And now the last thing I'm going to do in terms of adding divs is I'm going to add my actual gallery div that I'm going to put my images in. So I've got my heading, my menu, an underline. So I'm going to go back to the insert menu, scroll up to the top, choose div. I want to put that after, not the gallery, but after the main menu. And I'm going to call it image gallery. So this is the image gallery div. Click OK. And yes, I do want to create a rule for that right away. So I'm going to go to the CSS Designer panel, click plus, image gallery, hit return, and I'm going to make this once again 750 pixels and left margin auto and the right margin auto. And I'm also going to center the contents of the image gallery. So my images are going to be centered. So I'm going to go to text, text align, and choose center. So now it's centered in there. I can close that. So here is how it looks, ready for me to enter my pictures that I had placed into the images folder. And to do that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to click inside here. I'm just going to leave the placeholder text for a minute. And I'm actually going to go to Insert. This time, right up the top, you'll see Image. I'm going to click on Image. It opens up my root folder. And I'm going to go to Images and the gallery folder we created. And I'm going to select my first thumb. And so this is the thumb. Make sure that you get the thumb, not the full picture. This is my little one, well, it's 149 by 134. I'm going to click open. And then click right next to it and just go insert again, image. And I'm going to go to image 2 thumb. And I can get rid of this text actually now. And I'm going to click next to this second image and insert another image, my third thumb, and then in the last one, insert image, image 4 thumb. Okay, so I've got the 4 images. I'm going to fix these up so that the thumbs all look exactly the same in the next video. But the one thing I want to do before I leave this tutorial is to make sure that these images link to their full twin images, or the actual big images of them, full size. To do that, I'm going to click on my first one, click on the first image here, go down to the property inspector, and you'll see a link field down there in the property inspector. And next to it, there's a point to file or a browse for file. I'm going to choose the browse for file icon to create the link. Click on that, go to images, gallery. So now I'm going to click to the actual image. So image 1 thumb is going to link to image 1 actual picture. Click on that. Then I'm going to click on image 2 and do the same thing. Go down to the link field, click on browse for file. I'm going to choose image 2, click open, click on my image 3 thumb, go to link, browse for file, choose image 3, the actual full-size image 3, click open, and then lastly image 4 thumb, click on the browse for file and choose the actual real size image 4 and click open. So now all of these images should link to their the full-size images. And so I'm going to preview it right now. And to preview, I click on the globe. I'm going to preview it in Safari. Yes, I want to save this. And yes, I want to save my CSS files, all related files. So here's my gallery. And you can see everything looks fine. My links work, although I'm going to have to update these links here in a minute. But if I click on the images, that's the main thing. If you click on the images, notice, yes, it opens up each one of the full-size images. So that works. However, we don't have the lightbox effect in place, which is what we're going to do in our next video, is show you how to add the code to give you a really nice gallery effect, and also to make sure that these thumbs all look nicely styled.